I can't believe what just happened in the crypto space and the massive rug pull by Tuah Haley Welch. And while my dog seems completely unaffected by all of this, I'm ripping pissed. And not necessarily for the reasons that you might think. But the other day as I was driving to school, my daughter started singing what I thought was Jingle Bells. Jingle bells, hock to a hock, is what they sang to me. And I was so surprised, shocked, I almost lost control of the truck.
What's one move in bed that makes a man go crazy every time?
Oh, you gotta give him that hock to and spit on that thing. You get me?
I don't get you. I think you gotta demonstrate.
Hock to and spit on it. Spit on it.
And for those of you who don't know, Haley Welch, founder of the Hock to a Coin, made over, well, ballpark figure, made somewhere in the neighborhood of $3 to $5 million in the last 24 hours. Almost 80 to 90% of the supply was being held by the insiders of the company, including Hock Tuah. The token reached a $500 million market cap, and then it lost 90% of its value. And having been a stockbroker for damn near 20 years, I can smell and sniff out a pump and dump a mile away. A fraud is a fraud, a scam is a scam, and anything that sounds too good to be true is definitely too good to be true. And in today's world, nothing is the way it seems. For crying out loud, the day before they launched this coin, we had Rachel Maddow, the world's most feminist Democrat leader, Mark Cuban, go on the Hock Tuah podcast, and essentially just by being there at the podcast, talking to her, speaking about financially related matters, gave her credibility. And she doesn't have any. She is Hock Tuah.
Do you do anything with crypto?
Yeah, I do a lot with crypto, actually. I've got a shit ton of Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Oh, yeah. If I launch a meme coin, can I give you some tokens?
And the reality is, having been a stockbroker, I know that when dealing with investors, investors must understand what they are purchasing. There are know your customer rules. There's a whole set of suitability standards that must be applied to anybody who wants to buy a speculative investment. And Hock Tuah doesn't know anything about any of this. So the fact that Mark Cuban is talking about receiving or getting gifted these coins or whatever it is that he's endorsing is complete and utter horseshit. And everything about Mark Cuban these days seems to feel that way. But I'll get more into that in a second because I suspect that there is a transitioning happening. And yet I suspect it's happening right in front of our eyes and likely to appear once again in the future. But before we completely blow the scam apart and provide receipts of how bad this rug pull actually was, let's hear her out and see what she has to say.
Hear me out.
Okay, fire away.
Okay. You got Pookie's Pickles.
Yeah, I bet you do.
So would you invest in it?
No.
That was quick.
That was fast.
You know what? I'm not investing in anything named Pickle after a guy. It's just,
Okay.
Well, okay, fair enough.
oh my God, so many rumors. I actually got sued by somebody who said I did a sex tape with Lamar Odom, Kim Kardashian, Khloe Kardashian, and somebody else. And then another one where somebody said I had a kid with this lady. They would show pictures. I was at the American Music Awards, and she took a picture, and I was in the background. Baby mama drama.
Baby mama drama.
Yeah,
I saw something one day. It was like The Simpsons predicted me, and I was like, okay.
Mark Cuban is an OG. Miss Cuban if you're nasty. But he's addressing these crazy rumors. He's addressing these crazy conspiracy theories. He's addressing these potential sex tapes that may or may not have been leaked. Well, I don't think it was an accident that he got in front of this potentially bad news cycle, because we know that Trump has a mandate to expose the truth. And there are a lot of people who believe that there is a lot of video of lots of celebrities, lots of politicians, lots of influencers that are in compromised positions with the Epstein files, what happened on Epstein's Island, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, all the folks who flew on his plane, all of these billionaires who don't want these tapes to come out. I don't think it's an accident that Mark Cuban's getting in front of this. And P. Diddy, all of the celebrities that have been in bed with him financially and otherwise are very likely to be exposed. And it would not surprise me at all if there's a massive bidding war happening right now behind the scenes between the management of these celebrity athletes. I mean, it's very interesting that LeBron, who has gone on the record as stating, ain't no party like a P. Diddy party. Well, I know that he has billions of dollars at stake with many of the global corporations that he's aligned with. And these corporations are likely going to be the ones who stroke the check to whomever it is that has control of these videos. And I pray to God that Trump and whomever it is, Kash Patel, I don't know who it will be, but I want the truth to be revealed. The truth will set us free. And I suspect there are lots of celebrities, lots of politicians, lots of very well-known people with the elite access with billions of dollars who are going to get caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And that ain't a cookie jar you want a piece of the cookie from. But Tuah does probably have a very nice cookie. Nonetheless, let's keep going. Because CoffeeZilla completely blows these folks up on their investor call. And I've been on lots of investor calls. As a stockbroker for damn near 20 years, I've been on quarterly phone calls, earnings reports, all types of different corporate events that are public access and must be done legally. So I've sat through more of these earning calls than you could possibly ever want to even think about. I've been on more of these red herring IPO roadshows than most folks. I know exactly how boring they are, or at least they can be, but I've never once heard anything remotely close to the way the investment team for this coin talk to the public, talk to their investors. I've never heard anything like it. And I do remember from back in the 80s, there was an investor. I don't remember the exact details, but I remember that it was, I believe the CEO went in front of his board, went to address them, pulled out a revolver and shot himself in the head because of whatever the news he didn't want to share or deal with. It was that bad. And I'm not suggesting that's what anybody should do here. But if you're robbing unsophisticated investors, if you're defrauding and rug pulling anybody, well then you deserve to be in significant trouble. And I suspect it's coming soon. The CoffeeZilla, he was on the investor call. I'm going to let him do the work here, the heavy lifting, because this is just the most incredible conversation, the biggest exposure of fraud I've ever seen. And let's get into it now.
Doing things that, oh, everything's a rug. Everything's a rug. Everyone's here to you. Not this. Not this. We did not spend 6-7 months of our lives
6 or 7 months. What they freaking do? Everyone else is a scam, not us. This is legit. We worked for 6 months. All right.
dedicated to trying to do something cool, right? To do something different, not dumping on you, not bundle snipes, not 100% of the liquidity or whatever was bundle sniped by the team and propped up charts. You guys are not the target audience. Sorry to say, right? This is not the target audience.
Who's he talking to?
The target audience, which is why I'm even doing this, which is what's cool about it, is it's not in this spaces. And listen, most of you, we don't want you in the community. Let's be real, right? You're not great people. I don't know y'all, right? I see some friendly faces in this audience.
He's having a meltdown.
I'm going to say y'all, you guys, right? There's a lot of negativity in the space. I think crypto brings the mentally ill into this thing, right? If you guys are in crypto, you're most likely mentally ill. And I'm going to count myself as mentally ill for even being here right now. We're trying to actually have fun. We're trying to do something cool. We're trying to give meme tokens away for free to people who have never had any crypto before, any meme token. And you guys should be kissing my ass because I'm trying to do something dope.
Yeah, so that's how all of this started. I had watched as people got wrecked on chain, and then I go here in the actual space that's supposed to address everything, a guy berating everyone, calling them mentally ill and telling them they should be thanking him. And that's what led to sort of my attitude when I went up on stage. Also, Twitter Spaces is horrible.
The only one that's mentally ill, certifiably, allegedly, is Mark Cuban, but I'll get more into that next. But get after it, CoffeeZilla. Let's go.
Horrible for doing this kind of work. I normally wouldn't choose it, but all these guys seem to love Twitter Spaces. I don't know why. The problem is people filibuster. So I know I interrupted a lot. That's because you can't let these people go run off on like 10-hour explanations, which they will do. It's doing.
No.
All right, let's just get into the call.
Guys generated. Yeah, anyway, here's when I got up on the space.
Be happy to answer any
I have
questions.
questions. I have questions. I'm raising my hand. Hey, guys.
What CoffeeZilla?
Hey,
man.
this is one of the most miserable, horrible launches I've ever seen in my life.
Okay, then why the fuck are you on?
I've been tracing it on chain for a while. You guys generated over $1 million in fees while y'all's fans got rug pulled. There was snipers, but there was also insider trading directly linked to y'all's creator account. What are you guys doing?
No. That's not true.
That is true. That's a fact.
No, it's not.
Well, it's a fact, and you can see it on chain. So
Yeah, we know. We trust me. We were there. We could answer that.
you
no
know about the insider trading?
No, there's no insider trading. That's why we can answer it.
Okay, so there's tokens
CoffeeZilla,
going
just-
directly from the main account,
CoffeeZilla, just chill for a second.
and then it's getting sold for 50K. Who is that?
Definitely not us. You think we're doing this for 50K? Yeah, fucking right. Talking to the wrong guy. You're used to these bullshit scammers out here. Not us. Now we had.
That's what everyone says, by the way.
Listen.
Everyone says,
Doesn't
not me.
matter. No, I'm not everyone. There was a
You're different.
strategic allocation.
Okay, so I have seen in my stock brokerage career, there have been plenty of boutique shops, plenty of bucket shops, plenty of mafia-run brokerages where their whole business model was to create their own inventory that they owned at a penny and then put it out to the street to unsuspecting, unsophisticated, unqualified potential buyers, all of which was fraudulent, all of it was illegal, and yet they profited to the tunes of hundreds of millions of dollars. I mean, anybody who saw The Wolf of Wall Street understands what that was. And it was pervasive within a boutique section of the market at different points in the early 90s. And all I'm seeing is a repeat of that pattern here with these meme tokens or whatever this thing is. There is definitively a place for cryptocurrency, which is why we've got the Trump mandate. We've got David Sachs, who has been appointed to that position, crypto czar or AI czar or whatever kind of czar he is. But that's exactly who we want in that space to ensure it's done the right way. But Tuah is out there. You got the investment team cursing out, telling the community, the people that are on this call, looks like there was 132,000 that were tuned in for this investor call. And he's just ripping them all a new a-hole. This is unbelievable. Yet this is exactly what we have to be mindful of. Influencers like Tuah and like Logan Paul, like Jake Paul, allegedly have done, like Mr. Beast, allegedly have done all types of things in this unregulated space. And so regulation, which I'm normally against, is probably what is required in order for there to be trust within the investment community. But there's no trust here. This is all a complete fucking scam. And I have tremendous empathy for anybody who lost money in the scam. But buyer beware. Do not take financial advice from anybody that you don't do your due diligence on, that you don't run the numbers on, that you don't have total transparency on. And I suspect there were a lot of people that were duped on this particular meme coin, which is terrible. And Tua, all of her management team are in serious trouble. But the fact that this is the culture that we live in needs to be addressed, because if you don't have total clarity as to where you're investing your money, if you don't understand it fully, then don't do it, period. And if you are investing in a speculative offering, be prepared to lose all of it, because chances are you're going to. And you're going to have to sign paperwork that lets the investment advisor know that you are capable of tolerating that risk. Your risk profile and your risk tolerance is high enough to where if you lose all of your investment, you are not destroyed. And none of that happened here. So I suspect a lot of people were destroyed, and that is completely unfortunate.